So now, when I go in there, I land in a house full of Macs. It was like all Mac bowlers. And at that time, they're not no longer, but at that time they was Brim. You know what I'm saying? And in the house I was in, you know, it was all the fucking, it was all it was the whole, like, the lineup. The whole lineup was there. You know what I'm saying? Larry O, fucking, you know, all of them. You know what I'm saying? So when I went in there, you know what I mean? Immediately, because I was getting the bag, right? I was getting the bag. I had a little shorty that was bringing me weed and shit, drugs and shit. So at that time, they was going crazy on recruiting anybody that bust a gun, anybody that was cutting shit, and anybody that was getting money, right? So they was going crazy. If you was getting the bag, they was recruiting you, and if you was known to be shooting shit, they was recruiting you. So when I got into the house and I was chilling, everybody, you know what I'm saying? I got on the phone, like everybody knew who I was, and I was good money. All of them was trying to get me to be Mac Baller. They was trying to get me to turn blood. I never turned blood, but because they in the house and I knew all these dudes, we was mad cool. We was cool, you know what I'm saying? So we would eat together, we vibe together. If we go to court, if one of them get popping, I'm popping with them because, you know, we eating together. If we eating together and you popping and we in court, I'm popping with them. So they seen that, you know, I was official, so they was trying to get me to be blood. But I never turned blood. I never turned Crip because I was already in a gang. And I didn't feel like, even if that gang it's not even there anymore, I felt like I was I wasn't man. I wasn't man enough to stand on my own too. And I would have to join a gang to live. And my pride would never let me do that. You know what I'm saying? I would never do that. Like, I'd rather just thug it out by myself. You feel me? So I never joined blood. People think I am. I was never blood. I was never Crip. I was never none of that.
China Mac telling us he never joined the Bloods is in front of the camera wearing a red sweatshirt. Okay. Plus, in that same video, China Mac was saying how the Mac Ballers gang was trying to recruit someone. What? During the recruiting time, what? Did the Mac Ballers have like a job fair? China Mac, during jail, did you send them their resume? Were they trying to like recruit people? Did they give you like an interview? Is that how it happened? Nah, because I think what really happened was China Mac may have been once affiliated or even joined the Mac Ballers part-time, not officially as like a member, but as somebody who's friends of the gang. Because come on, why do you call yourself China Mac? All right? Mac is part of the name Mac Ballers, right? Because that wasn't China Mac's original, what do they call it? The street name. He originally called himself GK, right? Which stood for Genghis Khan. I guess China Mac thought he was great like Genghis Khan, except here's the problem. Genghis Khan was a little smarter than that, right, China Mac? So, of course, when he went to prison, the street name GK didn't make any sense, so he got turned out. Why you think he renamed himself from GK to China Mac? China, right? We assume, okay, maybe he's got some Chinese ancestry, hanging out in the Chinatown, hanging out in a former gang called the Chinese Gang Ghost Shadows. Okay, China, Mac Ballers, right? He got turned out, so he basically converted his name from GK into China Mac. You telling me that you're not a member of the Mac Ballers gang, yet you have the Mac in your name, so you're definitely not just a rando. Maybe you can say you're friends of the Mac Ballers at least, if you're not willing to claim the Mac Ballers gang membership. Finally, in that video, you see that China Mac is self-snitching, in the words of the YouTuber Bruce Rivers CLR, the criminal lawyer. You see, the thing is, he was saying, he was getting a bag. Somebody that he was seeing was giving him drugs, things to sell in the prison, possibly for China Mac to consume. Come on, you're snitching a level of crime that could be used against you. Let's hope the statute of limitations has passed, right? I don't know when this thing happened, right? Somebody bringing you drugs into your jail so you can like get your bag, get your money inside the jail. You see, if the statute of limitations, which is how many years that the crime was committed before somebody could use that against you, I don't know. Let's hope it passed. But right in that video is a claim of self-snitching. They're going to go back to the jail records. Who was seeing you? Okay, you said a shorty was seeing you. Okay, a woman. Okay, they're going to see women who've been seeing you in jail, and they're going to go trace it and say, okay, which women brought in drugs or brought in something that wasn't supposed to be in the jail into the jail so China Mac could do his thing. Once they go that, they're going to find out somebody and she's probably going to snitch. And it's possible that China Mac might end up going back to jail if that crime being committed is something that they can go after. So I don't know. China Mac self-snitching. Either you're super confident, either you don't know, or you're aware that by telling about this thing to the entire world that you're not going to get caught and sent back into jail. So China Mac, I hope you choose your words carefully.